Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles, and this is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. Just me this week. Thank you guys for joining us. If this is your first time joining us for Where Is This Going? Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, review, rate, whatever you do on the Apple iTunes if you're listening. If you're watching with us on YouTube, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we post. We'll be posting more clips, shorter clips of the episodes to just post more on YouTube, but also to give little bite-sized tastes of the podcast. So more clips will be coming up soon. You can follow for all the clips and stuff, or little snippets of the clips will be available on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod and at _Hunter Miles. That's where you can follow me. And you can also follow me on Twitter at _Hunter Miles. And you can follow the podcast on Twitter at Where Is This Go Po. And you can follow me on TikTok, where all of the clips will be as well. Short and little snippets of the clippets will be on TikTok at Hunter Miles Comedy. And yeah, you can also follow me on Facebook, Hunter Miles Comedy. If you want to send anything into the podcast, any content, any comments you'd like, negative or positive, go ahead and send us an email. Where is this going pod at gmail.com. We'd love to have you featured on the show, maybe. But yeah, not a lot going on this week. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. I apologize. I know I said that the next episode out would be the Kyle Harris episode. Sorry. Shit happens. We had some problem with the audio, and then as it turned out, our video file also got corrupted. So it's all good. We'll just have Kyle back in here shortly to shoot another episode and get that out to you guys so you guys can hear about what he's doing, a little bit about what he's doing or did. He just shot Michael Busler's comedy special this weekend. Michael Busler, live at home. You can check out MikeBusler.com for more details on that, when it will be coming out and whatnot. But, yeah, great time. Shout out to Jackie and the Stooge here. We're back recording at the Stooge regularly. And if you need any mixing or audio recording done, mixing, mastering, I don't know all of the lingos, but I know Jackie does it all. So shout out to Jackie here at the Stooge. Hit up the Stooge on Instagram. Yeah, she's been relying a lot on word of mouth. But here's the thing, people don't talk, Jackie. But no, yeah, hit her up. You'll find her. It's a great place to hang out and record. I think that's actually what the main gist of the studio thing is to record stuff in. So we appreciate it. The last set. Well, no, before I get to my last set, I want to tell you guys about my future sets coming up. This weekend, we have Annie Letterman. Tonight, it'll be too late by the time this podcast come out. Tonight, I'll be at Park Theater here in Holland doing the Park Theater open mic. But this Thursday, I'll also be back at Park Theater with Annie Letterman on December 1st. That's Thursday, December 1st. You can also catch me at Parrots Lounge every Thursday at 9:30. But the Annie Letterman show starts at 7 o'clock, I believe. And then Friday and Saturday we'll be at the Midtown in Grand Rapids, formerly known as the Listening Room. So get all your tickets to that at fullhouse.com or fullhousecomedy.com, sorry. That's this weekend. Next week, I will be on the 7th. I'll be at Pux Cider Taphouse in Grand Rapids on Fuller Avenue. That's Wednesday. Yeah. Thursday, I'll be at the Dr. Grin's open mic. That's the 8th, December 8th. I'll be at the Dr. Grin's open mic before their pro show, and then I'll be heading over to Paris Lounge in Holland because, every Thursday I'm at that Dirty Bird at 9:30. And then Ryan Sickler weekend. Next Friday, the 9th, I will be with Ryan Sickler, and the 10th, I'll be with Ryan Sickler. I don't know where yet. Might be at the Midtown. Might not be. So we'll see. But tickets for those available at fullhousecomedy.com. And the 16th, December 16th, I will be at Pincrest Bar and Lanes. Believe that's in Norton Shores. Pincrest is a great room. It's a free show, so come on out. It's going to be a good time. The Facebook event for that just went up today. So, also, I started a recurring Facebook event for Comedy Night at Paris Lounge. So, any information you need for that will be there. You can also follow the show for Comedy Night at Paris Lounge on Facebook. Thank you so much. My last set. The weekend was pretty light. Didn't do anything this weekend. Thanksgiving and all. Got out to do shopping. That was fun. But Sunday night, got to do Make It Spicy over at Mulligan's. It was a good time. Decent crowd. Kind of a lighter crowd for Mulligan's the past few weeks, so we'll blame it on the holidays. Last night, Monday night, over at Fulton Street Pubby, very light crowd. I'm talking 2 people, and one of them was my girlfriend. So I'll say one person because she just came with me. But it was still a good time. We had like a little 4-person showcase. As Trebuchet coined it, the 4 horsemen of the Compocalypse. I don't like that now that I said it. I thought I'd throw it in there, like comedy apocalypse, but then it sounds like Compocalypse. Like a bunch of people are coming and dying. Which I don't know how it's really going to be in the end. What if we all do come at the apocalypse right before we die? But that's like the coming of God is actually all of us coming personally. It's a theory. I'm not too much of a theologian, but I would like to explore that educationally, of course. But tonight I'll be at Park Theater. Excited to get back to that open mic. Haven't been there in a while. Park Theater open mic has been a great place before the pandemic and after. But for comedy especially, there's not many open mics where you're going to get 15 minutes on stage to kind of stretch. Usually you get a 15-minute paid set after compiling a bunch of 7-minute sets from all over the city. Usually the only time you get to do anything more than 10 minutes or even 10 minutes is at like a paid show. But Park Theater, it's a variety mic, so the bands, poets, musicians, that's part of the bands, musicians, poets, whoever, comedians, everyone gets the same amount of time, which is 15 minutes. And it's fun. It's the first place I got to really stretch my legs when it comes to time. And if I ever have like a feature set or anything coming up there and I have some new stuff I want to work into a set, I'll take it there to just kind of see how it fits in like the grand scheme of things sometimes. Or if I just have a bunch of new jokes I want to get out, I'll take it to Park Theater because it's always a good crowd too. So shout out to Jer. You guys have seen him on the pod. But yeah, Park Theater open mic is awesome, and I love that venue in general. I'm trying to get in contact to bring some local showcases to Park Theater because I think some local comedy shows at Park Theater would really be awesome, and I think it'd get some great traffic in that building when it comes to a new audience and some new eyes on some of the local talent we have here, which I don't think gets enough spotlight. That's why I made this podcast, but you guys know. You see the views. We're not hitting a lot of people. But, again, thank you so much for those who do return weekly. Try not to exhale into the microphone. My apologies. But, yeah, we do appreciate those who come here, return to the Where Is This Going podcast to listen weekly, no matter who we have on. But I know it's not a lot of us. So I say us as if I listen to the podcast weekly. And I don't because, frankly, I'm here every time it happens. I can, for the most part, remember what went down. But also, I have another podcast called Own the Goal, which we just released another episode earlier this week, but as I was gone on the road for that, episode got released late. But don't worry, more are coming and more are being recorded for Off the Grid's Own the Goal podcast. A good time over there with Bruce at Little Space Studios. I really just want to get into a little bit of the news, what's going on today in the news, and it's not hey, no deaths this week. I'm not here to bring anybody down, unless you are maybe Scottie Pippen, because I don't know if you know this, Jackie. Probably not, because it has anything to do with basketball at all, but very loosely. Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen, has been reportedly and basically confirmed to be dating Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan, if you, those of you at home who don't remember, Michael Jordan, the famed GOAT of basketball, the Chicago Bulls star, and also Scottie Pippen, his right-hand man. And it's been rumored a lot, just brought up in general, and I think there might be some merit to this. I don't know how close Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan actually are. Did Scottie Pippen's ex-wife Larsa get to watch a young Marcus Jordan grow up? Is this a grooming of sorts? Is this a grooming of salts? I don't know. And frankly, since we operate in a double standard here, I don't care. Not we here at Where Is This Going, but we here in society. We operate on a double standard. So, was she grooming him? Who cares? Is he happy about it? I'm sure. Is Scottie Pippen happy about it? I couldn't imagine. Shaq, I haven't heard any note from Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen on the matter, but Shaq had something to say, though he didn't want to. He's like, usually I mind my own business and I keep to myself. I can't do a good Shaq. This is my Shaq. Usually I mind my own business and keep to myself. But that's a really bad look. I think that was about the delivery. Sorry, Shaq, if you're listening. But yeah, Shaq says it's a bad look, and I'll be honest, I don't think it's great. There's been a video confrontation. I was trying to look it up before, but it doesn't matter. If it matters that much, I'll put it in post here. You'll see. It didn't matter. But there was a video confrontation. It was literally just the two being confronted, with a dude coming up to them at the Chargers game going, "Man, that's what you doing?" Basically to Larsa Pippen. She goes, You with Michael Jordan's boy? You was a cold motherfucker. You a cold-hearted bitch. He probably didn't say bitch, my bad. But yeah, and it is cold-hearted. If I think just like as Scottie Pippen, that's why I'm saying you can't be all that happy. You're like, because Michael Jordan was a step ahead. Like Scottie Pippen was basically, he was Jordan's right hand man, but he was living in Michael Jordan's shadow. He would never be the best player on the Bulls with Michael there. And then even when Michael left, Scottie just felt the weight of the world. You know what? We don't have to get into the documentary, but I say that to say that I feel like Scottie Pippen has been living in Michael Jordan's shadow. And I don't know who initiated the divorce. This is something I could have researched a little bit more between Scottie Pippen and Larsa. But for, like, obviously, it would have been one thing if he was like, after our divorce, you're just going to go smash Michael Jordan, the guy I've been, following my whole life. No, you're going to smash his kid, a young bull of the GOAT. Bull, A young bull of the Bulls All-Stars? I'm just saying it's got to be tough. Tough to handle. And I don't know the age difference because, again, we operate in a double standard. I couldn't care less. That's society. All right, what is next on the news? And this is breaking news. I might be the first podcast reporting on it. But the U.S., spoiler alert, the U.S. has defeated Iran fast across Iran. The U.S. has defeated Iran in the World Cup. So the opening stages are done for all we care, dude. America has made it onto the chopping block, but that means we made it out of the opening stages. And you know who didn't? Or I don't know if they didn't. You know who? Clearly, I know so much about the World Cup. Anyways, we beat Iran. Doesn't matter. Another win for America. Yes, of course. But the big talk about the World Cup recently, and I brought this up maybe on the podcast, maybe not. I know I read about it months ago. Shouts out to the U.S. men's national team, of course, for beating Iran. But the World Cup is being held in Qatar this year. Qatar, country in the Middle East. That's about really all I know. Do we have anything else on Qatar? Anything of note? No, not really. I know they don't really have, we'll say tolerant. They don't have too tolerant of laws and policies when it comes to the queers, homosexuals, and those alike. And so it raised some flags, not the rainbow ones, when Qatar was named the host of the World Cup. A lot of people speaking out, and they're like, are queer players going to be welcome in the country? Was a big question. And the Qatar government said, yes, of course. Everyone is more than welcome to be here. Just remember where you are. All right. Basically said, no, we don't mind if you are gay here. Just don't practice any of the gay, like, out and around. You know how queer people love being out sometimes. Not in Qatar. I saw it as a trap from the beginning. I was like, really? We know how much the Middle East loves gays. And so we're going to invite every single soccer players from around the world. That's a lot of gays. Just bring them to Qatar. And then you're like, you know what? We'll extend the invitation. Soccer fans from all around the world. That's almost too many gays. For Qatar. No flags, no pride flags, no rainbow armbands. In the article, so this was like 4 months ago, so well ahead of the events, they were like, yeah, don't try it. They warned not to try any of the armbands or flags because they will be taken from you. And that's for your safety. Even if you're just an ally, don't try to show your allyship because that is a danger to yourself. Elsewhere in Asia, over in Singapore, they lifted the ban on gay sex. They lifted their sodomy ban, which one was news to me that they had a ban against sodomy, but I mean, it is Singapore, and I don't know anything about the country, so I guess a lot of things would surprise me about Singapore. So even more surprisingly, they lifted that ban, which is, again, another win in the battle against babies. Anywhere you can put your penis where it doesn't end up in a pregnancy, that's a win. That's about all I had in the news this week. Once again, no death. And I'm happy for it. Well, that can't be true. I'm sure someone has died, but no one of note. No notable people have died yet since I last recorded. And as I'm saying that, I really feel like I'm missing someone. But like I said, if it's not of note, that means it's not newsworthy. And you know what? That's it. We have a record episode for you. The world's shortest episode of this podcast. I think. But we really appreciate you guys for stopping by, hanging with us. Wanted to put out something so you guys didn't forget about me or out there in the podcast land. But our episode with Kyle Harris will be coming up soon. I have some great artists also lined up for some episodes in the future. Some great musicians, some great comedians, what's it called? Visual artists, some returning guests. May have Los, the artist, back on here celebrating his win of Grand Rapids Art Battle. And also look forward to Grand Rapids Art Battle in February. February 18th, I will be emceeing again. It'll also be at Zeal Aerial Fitness again, so get your tickets for that. That's Art Battle Grand Rapids on Instagram, artbattle.com for all of the Art Battle International stuff. And yeah, sign up to compete. It's going to be a great time. Check out our episode with Carlos Sampson, a.k.a. Los the Artist. He got to take home the trophy, the grand prize, last time. It was like 2 weeks ago. So check back in February. He will not be competing in February, but maybe you will, or maybe some other podcast guests who you've seen here before. But thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Follow me, again, on Instagram and Twitter at @_Hunter Miles and on TikTok at Hunter Miles Comedy. You can also check out my Facebook, Hunter Miles Comedy. And also follow the podcast. Where's This Going Pod on Instagram. Where's This Go Po on Twitter. Where's This Going Pod at gmail.com. Send us some videos. Send us some comments. Send us some love. Send us some hate. I don't care. We can take it. Jackie, play us out. Shit. You can also catch Greet Death this December 10th at Uncle Funky's. What was it? I thought you were December 10th. Aren't you in Chicago? At Reggie's. Chicago, December 10th at Reggie's. Check out Greet Death. That's all.